3, 2, 1. And let me just make sure.
Okay.
Definitely live. All right, happy Sunday to everybody. Happy Sunday. This is Doreen, your certified natural health consultant. And I am coming to you today with some exciting information to share. So give me 1 second. Let me just turn this computer off because I'm talking back to myself. All right, so let's see here. So I have some very, very good information to share with you all today. I'm very excited to be here on this Sunday. I hope that you all are feeling well. I have a beautiful guest with me, one of our beautiful sisters, Taryn, and she's going to be sharing some of her amazing stories of healing after I talk to you all about some very important things about healing your gallbladder. So the reason that I have this burden to talk to you all about healing yourself naturally and about healing your gallbladder is because it is one of the biggest surgeries out here right now. So in addition to hysterectomies for women, a lot of women are having their gallbladders removed, and believe it or not, they're all related. So I'm going to talk to you all briefly about how to save your gallbladder. So if you know somebody that has gallstones, have gallbladder disease, maybe even kidney disease, issues with their liver, indigestion, maybe the doctors have told them that they're going to have their gallbladder removed. You want them to be in here, or you want to share this with them. This is some very important information. So now, as you all know, I'm not very good with technology. I am getting a little better. I am streaming live from Facebook today, so I'm doing a little bit better. Yay. However, so I'm still trying to figure things out. So you'll see me looking down at my phone. You'll see me looking at the other screen. Don't pay attention to that because like I said, I'm not the best when it comes to technology, but when it comes to natural healing, God has blessed me to have quite a bit of knowledge and experience. So that's what you pay attention to, okay? All right, so I'm going to share my screen and I want to talk to you all briefly about gallbladder removal. So bear with me. Here, share the screen. Boy, I'm telling you, sis, I need to hire a technology person. I really, truly do. I really do. Okay, let's see. In due time. All right, I think I got it. All right, so since you're on with me, can you confirm that you see where it says dangers of gallbladder removal? Is that what you see?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. All right, so let's talk, like I said, briefly about talking about dangers of gallbladder removal and if you are able to heal your gallbladder naturally. So, like I said, gallbladder removal surgery is more common these days. It's one of the biggest surgeries along with hysterectomies for women. And like I said, believe it or not, those two are very tied together. So women with a history of hormonal disorders are more likely to experience gallbladder problems than men. And this stems from the effects of the female hormones estrogen. Women over 40 make up the largest number of gallbladder disease and removal due to hormonal shifts as she approaches perimenopause and menopause. Now, fluctuations in your hormones affect the way the gallbladder functions, and estrogen dominance can lead to increased cholesterol production, which is a key component of gallstones. So I want you all to make sure you pay attention to that, ladies, because, or anybody that's on here, whether you're a lady, a man, or you know someone that has this problem, because I said estrogen dominance can lead to increased cholesterol production, which is a key component of gallstones. So that means that usually people that have issues with compromised liver function and compromised digestive function and gallstones or gallbladder issues, they usually have higher cholesterol as well. So by the time we're done, you're going to see how this all ties together. Now, progesterone is so everything has to have a balance, right? So you have estrogen and you have progesterone that balances those two out. And progesterone has a protective effect on your gallbladder. So now as our progesterone starts to decline, when we start to get in our 40s and our hormones are starting to decline as we head towards perimenopause, the balance between those hormones they're disrupted, and this can lead to gallbladder disease. The chances of developing cancer or some other major illness is over 60%, sisters, once the gallbladder has been removed. Okay, let me just take a moment to acknowledge some people that I see on here. I want to say hello, happy Sunday to our beautiful sister Crystal Bailey. Hello. I see our sister Dorothy Carter is on here. Hello, sister. I see Mary. Hello, beautiful Mary. I see, let's see here. And like I said, we have a guest on here right now, Taryn. She's going to be talking in just a little bit. So I want to say hello to you, beautiful sisters. Happy Sunday. Thank you all for coming out or showing up here with me. Okay, so let's go over this again. The chances of developing cancer or some other major illness is over 60% once the gallbladder has been removed. Okay, now let's talk about how, these are signs of poor fat digestion, because once your gallbladder is no longer working properly, your body does not digest fat properly. And so here are some of the signs that you will start to see. And a lot of us women think it's just because we're getting older or because our hormones are changing. Yes, it is, but it's something, there's one of our organs that's being affected. So if your body or your gallbladder is in distress, your liver's in distress and it's not working properly, you'll start to see dry, brittle, and thinning hair. You'll see dry skin and premature aging, weak nails. Now weak nails is something that I've experienced probably my entire adult life. I always wondered why everybody else, like even my mother had very strong nails, but I always had to go to the Asians and get, the acrylic and things put on my nails because my nails never were strong. And now with the knowledge I have, I understand that I've had signs of liver toxicity since I was like 12 or 13 years old. So weak nails is one of the signs. Painful joints. A lot of us women, we say once we get in our 40s, especially once you get in your late 40s and into your 50s, your joints start to ache. That's signs that your body is not processing fat properly, and that's signs of liver toxicity and signs of issues with your gallbladder. Low mood, anxiety, depression, impaired cognitive function, fatty, floating, or shiny stools, ragged or explosive stools. Now, here's the thing that I want you all to realize, like we understand that as we get ready to go into menopause, that we have all these different symptoms, right? But does anyone ever wonder why? Like, why do we have these symptoms? Were we put on this earth to, as we start to go into our late 40s and we get ready to go into premenopause, are we supposed to be suffering? The answer is no. It's because our liver has been overwhelmed for so long and so many years. Our gallbladder is overworked. It's not working properly. And so this is the reason why, as our hormones start to decline and all that excess hormones is now flooding the liver, now we're starting to get all these symptoms, right? The low mood, the anxiety, the depression, can't think clearly, can't remember things, and all signs that we thought was just all menopause, but actually, like I said, it's poor liver function. Let's see here. Go back over here. Yeah, me and technology, don't y'all love it? Okay, let's see here. Now, how did this happen, right? So I want to make sure that I emphasize that the goal is to heal your liver, heal your body before you get to the point that the doctor tells you that you need to have surgery to remove your gallbladder. Okay. Once you get to that point, you're in a lot of pain. You can make very hasty decisions. And if there's someone that's on here right now that's watching and this resonates with you, let us know. Put it in the comments, okay? Because sharing is caring. So when you're in pain, just like with the hysterectomy, by the time you get to the point where your fibroids, you have fibroids really badly. Okay, I see Mary, she says she has many of these symptoms. So sister, you're at the right place at the right time, because we can catch those things now, right? That's what I love about this, right? So what was my point? Oh, so the goal is, like I said, to before you get to the point where you want to have a hysterectomy or you want to have this gallbladder surgery because you're in so much pain and you're making this hasty decision, we can get in front of this and we can start to help the body to heal, help your liver to heal so that it can process out all these toxins and excess estrogen, and you won't have to have that surgery. Okay. Now realize that gallbladder disease developed, sisters, as a result of an unhealthy liver and digestive disorders. So an unhealthy liver cannot make quality bowel and will form sludge and stones. An unhealthy liver cannot excrete excess estrogen from the body, which leads to hormonal imbalances. So for you sisters that have had a history of hormonal imbalances, maybe heavy cycles when you were in your teens, cysts. I had all of this. Heavy cycles from the time I was 13 forward. I had cysts by the time I was 19, infertility all in my 20s, miscarriages. I had fibroids in my late 30s, and then severe menopause symptoms in my 40s. You see how it starts to escalate? And then later, female cancers. Okay. So if you all are had or are having any of these symptoms, if you don't stop and take a pause, something else is going to happen. So this is why we need to give the liver some support, right? Let's see here. Now, here are some signs of an unhealthy liver. If your whites of your eyes, and a lot of times we'll see this, I've seen this in men, especially if you know men that drink a lot, or if you know people that drink a lot, you'll see this. You'll see the yellowish, the whites of their eyes is yellowish, brownish, or discolored. That's signs of liver toxicity. If you have back pain that's not related to an injury, so if you had a car accident or something, you know, injured your back, that's different. But if you are having sciatica, which they call sciatica nerve pain, and you haven't had an injury, that's a sign of an unhealthy liver. If you have sweet metallic taste in your mouth, that's saying that your liver is not processing glucose or sugars properly. And so this is the reason why you're tasting that. And that's usually a sign of prediabetes or insulin resistance as well. Menstrual cramps. If you're having bad cycles or cramps, that's an unhealthy liver. Fibroid growths. Menopause symptoms, especially hot flashes. Okay, anybody want to raise their hand? Who can relate to that? I know I can. I know I could before I really healed my body. So hot flashes, once again, we just thought, oh my God, this is that time. I'm at the change of life. You know, this is just something I'm going to have to deal with. But believe it or not, that is the sign that your liver is giving you that it has been overloaded for so long, it can no longer process all this excess estrogen as it's, you know, leaving your body. And so this is the reason why you're having hot flashes. Varicose veins. Okay, varicose veins usually affect women a lot of times that had quite a few babies. I know my mother had 6 pregnancies, and she has an issue with varicose veins. It runs, I didn't get it because I've only had, even though I've had some miscarriages, I've never really fully carried a baby full term. My son, the one that's 18 now, I had him at 7, the day I turned 7 months pregnant. So that's the only pregnancy I've ever carried full term. So I never did get the varicose veins, but it does run in my family. Let's see here. I see Eve Mack. Hello, beautiful sister Eve. Thank you for joining us today. I see Deirdre Evans. Hello, my sister. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Mary Johnson says, I definitely have an unhealthy liver. Sister, I'm glad that you recognize that and that you are taking the time. You have stopped, you have taken a pause, and you are healing your body. So you are doing something that's major and you're heading off so many things. So I'm glad that you recognize that. And thanks for sharing that with us, my sister. So varicose veins, like I said, is signs of an unhealthy liver, and hemorrhoids and constipation. Once again, that's just saying that your liver is not processing toxins out properly. And if your liver, if you have compromised digestive system, if you're burping, gassy, having a lot of digestive disorders, maybe taking omeprazole and all these different things for your digestion, that's all related to your liver. And it's also related to your intestines and they all connect. So then you have hemorrhoids, you have constipation, you may have diarrhea. They're all connected, sisters. They're all connected. And see, this is the thing. This is why I thank God for the industry that I'm in. I wouldn't trade this for the world, because I'm in the industry where we treat the entire everything. We get to the root of the problem, right? Because it's all holistic, it's all connected. The difference in the medical field is that they treat symptoms. So and they are needed. Like I always joke and say, if I ever have a car accident and I break my leg, you all, please, I don't want any one of you all saying, well, she's a holistic practitioner, she can heal that. No, I can't. Take me to the hospital. I need a doctor, okay? I don't want any herbs. I don't want any fruits or vegetables. I want somebody to fix my leg. So the medical industry, they have their place. They have their place. They are definitely needed. But when it comes to healing your body or wellness or a holistic approach, you're not going to get that from the standard medical industry, because they treat symptoms, right? And so as you can see, these are all related. So if you go to the doctor, let's say, like for me, my example, when I went with fibroids when I was 39 years old, the doctor told me, let's just do a hysterectomy. He said, you have 3 children, you're not having any more. So let's just go on and take it out. It's not going to have any effect on you. So basically, he was just going to take my check engine light out. He was just going to take out the symptom, right? And guess what? The problem was still there. It's going to still keep escalating. So this is why I love being in the industry that I'm in. It's holistic. So for every disease, there is a cause. And for every cause, there is a cure. So let's talk about what happens once you have your gallbladder removed. Now, once you have your gallbladder removed, they will tell you that you'll be okay, you'll be fine. You think that you're going to feel better, but that is not the case. I don't know anybody that's had their gallbladder removed that feels good now. I just don't. Because I've heard people tell me, like, I feel worse now than I did before I had my gallbladder removed. And let's talk about why. Because your liver continues to make bile, but there's no longer a place to store it, because your gallbladder, that little small pouch that was up under your liver, was what stored your bile. So that whenever you ate fatty meals, it would release bile so that it could process the fat. Now you don't have that gallbladder anymore. So now bile is just dripping constantly into your intestines. Your bile is now thinned out because it's not concentrated. So when you do eat fat, you don't have enough bile now to process that fat. This is why you start having problems and pain on your side, especially if you've had your gallbladder removed or if you have a sluggish gallbladder. This is why you have pain in your back, pain on the side. You may have pain in your neck. You may have, pain in your neck and pain in your shoulders. That's all related to gallbladder and liver. So when you eat fatty meals, there's not enough bile to digest it, which results in poorly digested fat, diarrhea, bloating, nausea, indigestion, right side pain, right neck and shoulder pain, and sometimes right knee pain. Ladies, who can relate to the knee pain? Oh, Lord, I know I had that. I had the knee pain a lot. I was bad. That's part of your liver. That's signs of an overwhelmed liver and a compromised gallbladder. Let's see. Eve Max said, "This is me." Thank you, sister, for sharing. Which part of this do you see that can you resonate with? Can you type in there and tell us what part of this you resonate with? I'll come back to it in just a moment. Now, essential fatty acids such as omega-3 and omega-6 are not digested properly. Now you're becoming deficient. Fat-soluble vitamins. Wait a minute now. This is getting ready. Some light bulbs getting ready to go off with some people. Fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin A, and K whether it's from your food or your supplements, are not being properly absorbed. So how many of us have went and had our blood tests and they tell us that we're vitamin D deficient, but we might be taking supplements, we might be eating foods with vitamin D in it, and you're wondering why you're deficient. It's because your gallbladder, your liver is not working properly. If you've had your gallbladder removed, you're not absorbing these fat soluble vitamins and omega and fatty acids. So most people report feeling the same or worse, like I said prior, after gallbladder removal surgery. It's because the root cause, the poor liver function, was never addressed. All right, so let's talk about giving your liver and gallbladder some love. So here's some things that I want you all to do to give your liver. If you have signs of this, how do you give your liver and gallbladder some love? Watch for gluten and dairy intolerances. And a lot of people come to me in those consultations and they'll tell me, like, I'm gluten intolerant, I can't tolerate dairy, and that is a sign of liver toxicity and a sluggish gallbladder. Okay, so the herbs milk thistle, dandelion root, burdock root, and artichoke leaves, or even artichokes themselves, can help increase bowel production and flow. There's also an amino acid called taurine that's good for bowel production and should help a person feel better after a meal and reduce the formation of stones. So if you know someone that has gallstones, and they just keep having, it's just a recurring problem, taurine is another supplement. Even though I'm not big on supplements, but taurine is a good supplement that can help to thin that bowel out and help them with that. Now, if you've had your gallbladder removed, you have to have a bowel salt supplement. This is one of the most overlooked recommendations after surgery. If you have had your gallbladder removed, you must have bowel salts with every meal in order to help digest the fats. Take a digestive enzyme. Chances are you suffered from indigestion for years before developing gallbladder disease. I know myself, I had gallstones in my 40s, I want to say early 40s, I think it was. I've had all the classic symptoms of all of this. And prior to that, in my 30s, I had digestive disorders. Matter of fact, when I was pregnant with my son in my early 30s, I remember writing like a little letter to the baby. And I'm like, dear son, I'm pregnant with you. I'm so happy. But son, you're making me have gas and indigestion. And it's not a good look because at night I'm having gas and, I don't want to be gassy around my husband. So I blamed it on the baby, right? But if I really think about it, I was having gas and indigestion before I got pregnant with him. It's just that now that I'm pregnant with him, it was just worse. So I say all that cute little story just to say that, So I say that cute little story just to say that I had a lot of digestive disorders that started in my 30s, So again, if you all see the connection, I had estrogen dominance as soon as I started having my cycles when I was a teen, and then it went into cysts and infertilities and miscarriages, and, it went into indigestion, then it went into fibroids and gallstones, and just one thing after another. And if you all look, like I said, the last thing at the line is cancer. So if we don't stop, that's where it goes, okay? So eating good fats and avoiding the bad fats can actually help to give your liver and gallbladder some love. So extra virgin olive oil, avocados itself, coconut oil, raw nuts and seeds. Those are good, healthy fats. Okay, let's see. Evelyn says, fatty liver, my body is not able to digest my food. Yes, sis. And I'm willing to bet that you probably have a history of digestive disorders. Like probably maybe the last 5 or 10 years, you've probably had a lot of like gastritis or, just ongoing ulcers, belching, gassiness. And now it's leading now you're being diagnosed with fatty liver. Okay, so she says that she takes an enzyme when she eats good. Mary says, is milk thistle okay if you have PCOS? So that's a good question, sister. They say that milk thistle, if you have a history of hormonal disorders and estrogen dominance, they say that milk thistle is not the best to take, that it could aggravate female hormonal related issues. So I would say, I mean, there's so many other herbs that you can take. So you might want to put milk thistle to the side for a while you're cleaning out your body and cleaning out your liver, and then revisit that later. But you can still do dandelion leaf, dandelion, artichokes, burdock root. There's other things that you can take as well. Okay. So there's still hope. All right. So for those who have had their gallbladders removed, or you're at the point where they're saying that you have to have gallbladder surgery, there's still hope. Now I'm not a doctor. I can't say don't get the surgery. But here's the wonderful thing about holistic practices, and especially the way I teach. I teach you how to put healing food in your body and healing herbs. So regardless of what illness you have, you still have to eat, right? 3 times a day. You still got to eat. So if you're going to be eating, let's say you have surgery scheduled for a month from now or 2 months, why not flood your body right now with healing herbs and food? Stop everything else for a while and just eat nothing but healing herbs and food. And then your body just might heal itself prior to your surgery. And your surgery may get canceled. Like my hysterectomy ended up, I didn't have to have it because I healed and got rid of all of the fibroids. So, if, like I say, if you have to eat anyway. It's not, a lot of people tell me, well, I'm going to wait because I got so much going on. I'm going to do this and that. No, you still got to eat. You still have to eat. So even if you're taking care of a sick family member, if you're about to go on vacation, you still have to eat. So why not just put all the healing foods in your body, so that your body can start to heal? So let's talk about things you can do. If you're sick on lots of medication, if you have a compromised immune system, so if you've been getting COVID, or you're very scared of getting COVID, or you're always getting colds and flus, you have a compromised immune system, right? So if you have kidney disease, chronic high blood pressure, insulin resistant, have autoimmune disorder or more, you need to reset your body. Now, you can try many of the practices that I told you today, as far as like the, foods to avoid and foods to eat and the herbs to take, but you may still have issues until you take some time to completely stop, reset, and allow your body to heal. So resetting involves detoxifying, cleansing, purifying, and rebuilding your body for a period of 60 to 90 days. So this allows the body to clean out. It gives your internal organs a chance to start doing what it's designed to do. And for every year that you've been sick, you need at least a month of natural practices to completely heal your body. Did you all know that the liver can regenerate brand new in 18 months? So if you started this month, in a year and a half from now, you would have a brand new liver that's brand new. It wouldn't have all of this other, all of this disease and gallstones and liver stones and all of these things that, because of all the things that we've been doing to our body. So if you would like to work with my team and I to help reset your body with simple food, because I teach you how to do this with simple food that's found at your local grocery store and herbs found either at your local health food store or simple teas from Amazon. You can schedule an appointment with me. So if there's anybody that would like to schedule a consultation with me, but you have to be serious. I only work with people who are serious. If you're serious about healing your body, because your body can heal if you do the work. Sisters, hear this. And I've helped over 1,000 people. I have never seen a person's body not start to heal when they do the work. The only time I've seen people not heal, and I've seen people unfortunately leave this world, is because they gave up. They didn't have the strength or the dedication to do the work. But if you do the work, your body will heal. It does. I've seen it 1,000 times, seriously. So you got to be committed for 60 to 90 days. And your body will definitely, it can heal. So that, my sisters, that's what I wanted to talk to you all about. Now, I have one of the beautiful sisters on here, Sister Taryn, who has been I have been so blessed to work with. I have watched the sisters just have amazing results. And I told her when she came on today and I saw her face and I said, sis, oh my God, you look so beautiful. Like, literally the clock looks like it's reversing. So I had to bring her on to talk to her because I want her to share her amazing story of healing and what's going on with her. So come on. So come on, sister.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah,
We
this has
can't,
been, can you
I
hear
can't
me?
quite hear you.
Can you hear me now? Let me see.
I can hear you, but
Is
you
that
sound,
better?
I think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
Is that better?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great, great. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I This has been one of the best programs I've ever committed to doing, and it was a great decision for me to make the change. One of the things that appealed to me originally from the beginning was the fact that the program was holistic, and I've done a lot of programs where I'm doing shakes and meal plan, and it's like if you stick to it, you do get results. But the difference was it wasn't focused on healing, and for me, that was important. When I started with you,
Wait a minute. Wait, you said
uh,
it wasn't focused on healing. You
it
mean,
was it was focused on weight loss.
no,
It was
it wasn't focused on weight loss.
Yeah, the other programs were focused on weight loss. I'm talking about the
Oh,
other programs, not this
oh,
one. No, yeah, thanks for saying something. Yeah, let me clarify that. Yeah, the other programs were focused on weight loss, but
okay.
it was not focused on healing. And for
Right.
me, it was clear I was having issues around healing as I'm getting older. I went to the doctor, and we were doing this A1C battle where my numbers just kept increasing in spite of the fact I felt I was eating much better. I
Mhm.
just wasn't getting the results. And also at that time, I was having significant pain in both of my hips. So I just felt, I don't know, it was an ache that I thought because I was aging that I was just going to have to accept. This is the way it was going to be. And when I started your program is when I saw what the amazing effects of working with somebody who actually knows the coaching of how to coach you through the process. And the first change that I shouldn't say the first, probably the most significant changes for me initially were I had been used to always expecting a migraine at least once a week or every 2 weeks, and I would have to end up taking a prescription to try to check it. So the first thing I noticed as you were coaching me through the process was my headaches went away. I haven't refilled that medication since. It was it's Maxalt if anyone uses it, but and rizatriptan, but I haven't had to refill that at all because I don't have those headaches. And for me, that's a beautiful thing because that is migraines affect your quality of life and your ability to function at work and church or whatever it is you do. So that was the first thing. The second thing that went away, much to my surprise, were the pains in my hips on both sides. I said, hey, you're getting close to 60, so it's going to be what it's going to be, and you're going to have to learn to live with it. And that pain has left. I don't have the pain. I mean, I would get up in the morning, it's the first thing I would feel, or I'd go to the bathroom at night, and it was the first thing I would feel on my hips. So that was I was just elated. Again, trying to deal with pain management. When you go to the doctor, that's the first thing they're trying to do is deal with pain management. And the first thing they're going to do is give you a prescription. And what I didn't want to do was just increase the number of prescriptions that I had. I said, I'm not doing that. So anyway, so as I went on through the program, I ended up losing 40 pounds, which was and I've lost more than that, but my first phase was 40 pounds. And again, I knew I was going to lose weight. I said maybe 10, 15 pounds, those were my conservative numbers. But even now to see the weight continue to decrease is so encouraging.
Mhm.
Um, it's just, when you get to this point in your life and I was having hot flashes that were extreme. That has been checked as well. I'm fanning and sweating and fanning and sweating and just and that's before summertime. That all that was happening before summertime. So I was cringing at the thought of what summer was going to be like. But it's amazing what the herbs and the food combinations that you coach us through, how it can drastically increase your quality of life. And it's like you don't even think about it. And then when you sit back and realize where you were and then how you're currently feeling, you recognize the improvements in terms of your quality of life. And so it's just been a really awesome experience. And for me, I've determined it will be a lifestyle change permanently for me, that now I know this is something I have to do, because at the end of the day, we all want to live long and strong for our families, our friends, and have a quality of life that isn't compromised. You want to do all you can so it's not compromised. And so I feel this journey was critical at this point in my life, and I wish I had done it sooner.
Let me say, do you mind, sis? Because
Sure.
you said it, so I just have to tell. Can you tell people what's your age?
I do. Yeah, I'm 58. I'm 58. I'm
That's
2 years
unbelievable.
away from 60.
That is sisters
Yeah.
that's watching. You all that's
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
Doesn't she look like,
Yeah.
I'm serious, when she came on, I'm like, oh my God, like she looks like she's in her early 40s.
Yeah, no.
That wasn't,
No, that ship has sailed.
you know what I'm saying? You always look, good, because we go to church together.
Yeah.
But Mary Johnson just said, you look amazing. I'm telling you, I'm not the only one saying this. So,
Yeah.
but you already, had a cute vibe about yourself. Don't get it wrong. But
Right.
sister, the clock, the literally, it looks as if the clock is reversing on you. Like that is unbelievable. Like every time I see you now, I'm like looking forward to seeing you, because you're looking different. So let me just step back and say something.
Sure.
You started in January. You came
right.
Back then. I wasn't even calling it the health reset. It was just a one-on-one coaching program, right? And so, I think I talked to church, and you came to me and said, I want you to coach me, right?
Yeah.
So you did it January, February, and a little bit in March, right?
Right.
And you had some amazing results. I remember you were saying now that you could walk back through the mall, and you were sleeping better, and your sugar levels were stabilized. And when I saw you, I think the next time I saw you was in June. And I said, sister, you've lost a lot of weight. At that time, you told me you had lost 60 pounds now.
Yeah. 60. I'm there now. Yeah. And I'm there.
So, right. At that point, you've lost a lot of weight. You feel so much better, but you were still having hot flashes really bad.
I was. Right.
And that's when I said to you, I said, sis, I've just started now it's official, like the health reset program. I said, and I want you to try, because we got to get rid of those hot flashes, because you were fanning, you're like you're about to pass out.
Yes.
2 weeks later, I saw you, and you were
no fan.
And it was hotter.
And it was hotter.
I said, sister, you realize that you're not fanning? You're like, I'm not. Your hot flashes went away completely. Now, this actually coordinates to what I just got through speaking about. Healing your liver, healing your internal organs. We think hot flashes, we got to have them because we're in our 50s or 60s and we went through menopause or going through it. But you are showing that when you clean your body, when you reset your body, give it a chance, look what happened. You don't have the hot flashes anymore.
No, it's a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. Yeah, it's just amazing how much better I feel. And the more you feel better, you're able to do more. And so I find myself doing more because I feel I haven't felt like this in a long time. And I think sometimes we shortchange ourselves with deciding what we're going to do to accomplish the goal based on cost or, but when I work in healthcare, so I know how much it costs, all my doctor's appointments, all the prescriptions, and those numbers just add up. When I think about what I could have done even 10 years ago, if I had done this 10 years ago, it just, I want to tell the world so that they get a sooner start than I did.
Yes.
That you can feel better. You don't have to be on every prescription under the sun. I'm not saying you still don't go to the doctor and get your numbers, because it's so important for us to know our numbers, but it's about quality of life and feeling good. And I feel good. Absolutely. I feel good.
I'm so glad that you did stop to reset your body.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm so happy. Yeah. That has been my prayer. Like I always say, since my mother passed 3 years ago, I did not know that my mother had a lifelong dream to help people with their health. And so I was already doing it, but I didn't know that that had been our dream. So I said, once my mother passed, I said, I really, really just, Lord, I just got to get this out here to people. I can't see another sister dying
Yeah.
from breast cancer or
Right.
having a hysterectomy, or, the generation needs us. We need to be here, right?
Right. Right.
So I wanted to, and I always felt like if I could just help one person,
Mm-hmm.
just one person to just reset your body
Yeah.
and say, sis, you don't have to deal. No, just because you're
Right.
almost 60 or almost 50, you don't have to be riddled with pain and suffering. And for
Right.
you to hear that and adhere to it, that really does my heart well. It
Yeah.
really, truly does. I have 15 other sisters, well, a total of 14 sisters, including you, that are on the program right now who are healing their body. And I get excited because on Wednesdays, I call you all to get your results and see if I need to change anything. And I actually look so forward to Wednesdays because you all always have such amazing stories for me. Like everybody has a story of some type of healing every
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday when I call, like
Mm-hmm.
everything. I don't
Mm-hmm.
ever hear somebody say, well, all of my allergies came back. And, every week
Right.
it's something else that's healing. Your body is, oh my God.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
like, don't you just wish like you could almost like shake people, like say,
I
listen.
do. I do. And there are a couple people in my life now that I really wish and I'm going to work on them,
Yeah.
to get them to, but there's, when you realize, just like the conversation we had about the boils I was having,
Mhm.
and then the recommendations you made, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this, and they're gone now. I mean, it's something, from a hormonal standpoint, it's something I cycled in and out of for 10 years. So you just accept, again, I said I accepted it and I would just deal with it. But to know that you can, with herbs, and the food, it makes all the difference in the world. I think sometimes because we fall off the wagon on something, then we give up. And
Yeah.
and once we give up, it's like it breaks our spirit. And I
Yeah.
think this is the kind of thing where, with that coaching that I've gotten between you and Nicole, it has kept me on point, that even if I have a moment of weakness and I'm thinking about looking at something I want to eat and I don't, because of the end game of where I'm trying to get to, it's just made a difference. It's not like Jenny Craig. It's not like Weight Watchers. Again, for me, my focus at this point in my life is healing.
It's healing.
It's
It's
healing.
healing.
The weight loss will come, but it's the healing that's going
Exactly.
to make all the difference in the world. So,
And I have, and so I see that Eve Max says she wants to try the program, but she doesn't want to lose weight. And that's actually a very valid point, Eve. I'm glad you said that because I have clients that have been underweight. So once you clean your liver and clean your internal organs, whatever your body needs is going to give it. So for us sisters that needed to lose weight, when we started cleaning our bodies, the toxins were hiding in the fat cells. So as we start cleansing the toxins out, we start to lose the weight. Okay. So if you don't need to lose the weight, you're not going, because that's not part of your issue. Because my programs are never focused on weight loss. They're focused on cleaning and healing the body. So I've had people who have been underweight. One of my biggest ones is a 77-year-old lady. She was very fit, very small, petite, but been on high blood pressure medication for 30 years. And within 4 weeks of the program, she was off her blood pressure medication after 30 years. 30 years. Because sometimes even your blood pressure is not, a lot of times people they're not even eating salt. They're not eating red meat. They're not eating high sodium foods, but you still have this high blood pressure.
mm-hmm.
We found in my industry, a lot of times it's gum infections. It can be infections that are hidden deep in your body that's causing your pressure to go up. So as you start to heal and cleanse your body, that blood pressure goes down because the infection heals. Like Sister Taryn just said, the boils, since you mentioned them, I
Mm-hmm.
will speak. I would
Mm-hmm.
never have brought
Oh,
it up unless
please
you
do.
did.
Yeah,
She
please
mentioned the
do.
boils, and she said that, this is something she's been dealing with for years. But see, once she started on the healing food and the healing herbs,
Mm-hmm.
the infections that are deep inside your organs, some of the herbs that I give you, like the sarsaparilla and some of the
Barilla.
burdock root, those are going deep in those organs. It's getting rid of infections, parasites, things like that. This is the reason why you don't have the boils anymore.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
this is the reason why people's blood pressure starts to stabilize. This is the reason why I was supposed to have a root canal in 2 different dentist had told me that I needed a root canal. But after 6 months of healing, doing this healing program years ago, when I went to go get the root canal, he's like, you don't need one. Who told you that you need a root canal? And I said, well, 2 different dentists told me that. He's like, well, the antibiotics work. He said, because it healed. I said, no, I didn't use any antibiotics. I just ate fruits, vegetables, nuts. I told them about my protocol and they ushered me out because they didn't want anybody else to hear this, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's just amazing that you're getting to the root cause. For every single thing that we're dealing with, there's a cause. And every cause, there's a cure. So that's what you've done, beautiful sister. And I joke about this because I think it's such a cute story. So I hope you don't mind me telling this. But I saw your husband when you and your husband were sitting next to each other last week at our event, our church event.
Yeah.
And he just could not keep his eyes off of you. Now, I'm sure he loves his wife. Y'all been together for a long time. But I'm telling you, sisters, it's just something about when you start reversing that clock and they start seeing that, that white back with them curves coming back in, glow. You're not cranky anymore. You don't have that resting.
Sluggish.
Yeah. That we don't have that menopausal irritated face anymore. Your husband, he can't keep his eyes. I mean, he was standing next to you like security. And I teased you about it.
You did.
I said the way he just was looking at you and the way he was so stuck on you, I just never, it was cute to me. And you said when he saw you, he was like, what did he say?
He's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so it's just about getting ourselves back, getting back to ourselves and just healing our bodies, just what you're doing and what you've headed off as far as diagnoses and illnesses. You have literally, I mean, we can never say how long we're going to be on this earth, but we can control not leaving up out of here faster, right? Like, doing things we're putting in our bodies. So you've put at least a good 10, 20 years on your lifespan.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, I'm going to continue on in the journey.
Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you so much for for allowing me to, and the team. And Nicole, she's amazing. Nicole is the accountability coach. You all, when you sign up, she's your partner. She helps hold your hand. Nicole has some amazing results. She lost, she was in bed, she was bedridden and just had knee surgery when she started my program in November of last year. And in like 6 weeks, Nicole was up out the bed in Jamaica. And Nicole had amazing results. She's off her diabetes medication. And she did so well that I asked her to come and join my team. And I brought her on board to help me support clients. So that's what I want for you all. As you all finish my program and you heal your body, that's what I want. I want a team of sisters that's 40 plus that can help me to get this out here to the world. So Sister Taryn, your dedication, your beautiful vibe, your spirit, the way you are willing to come on here and share to help others. Those are the type of things that I need. You are now another sister who has healing her body. So you'll be able to help me, even if it's just, an hour a week to help other sisters.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it. So thank you so much for sharing, sis.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much for joining. I'm going to let you all go unless you all have any questions. So I'll give you about 2 minutes to type any questions. Hello, my beautiful sister Danita. I see you. Welcome. Happy Sunday to you. We are at the end, so you can go back and look, and watch this. This is such a beautiful live stream. So let's see. Emax says I have sciatica pain and tension headaches every week, also sinus and high cholesterol. Now, see, Evelyn, sister, it's time for you to stop. So I'm not sure how busy your life is, but nothing is more important than you. It's time now for you to choose you, sis. Just like these other sisters are doing, I know you've said, occasionally that you wanted to heal and things like that, but it's time, sis. I don't want a diagnosis. And especially if you're saying that you don't even need to lose weight, but you have these issues going on, your body is screaming at you, Sister Evelyn. It's time. So you need to reach out to me. I am going to let me put this link here in the chat. All I ask is if you all make an appointment that you be serious. Okay. just like you all, I'm sure you're busy. I'm busy. So please don't make an appointment and then don't show up or keep rescheduling. Like take time for yourself, make the appointment with me so we can talk about what it would look like for you to help you heal your body. And if you know someone that has gallstones, liver disease, gallbladder disease, share this with them, invite them into this group so we can help them to save their gallbladder, save their liver, and reset their body. So thank you so much. Thanks, Sister Taryn. You
Absolutely.
enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you
Thank
all,
you.
sisters, for joining. And I will talk to you soon. If you're watching this on the playback later, please just type in and let us know that you're watching this on the playback. I would love to hear your feedback and your comments. Take care. You all have a good night.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.